You get to tell them.
Keep the music playing.
From the News 10 newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez. The funeral service for a Navasota officer killed in a head-on collision last week is today in College Station. The service for Sergeant Mark Butler will be at Central Church. The public service is at noon. Out of respect for Sergeant Butler, Navasota City Hall will be closed today at 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. to allow the staff to say their final goodbye. Meanwhile, authorities in Killeen are continuing to investigate a shooting late last night that left one person dead. It happened on Dustin Court, where officers found an 18-year-old with a gunshot wound. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. A 20-year-old man was arrested at the scene and taken to the Killeen City Jail. Police say that this is an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public. Police said they're still investigating this case. From the News 10 newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez.
The weather across Central Texas changing for the warmer this weekend as our next storm system starts to move its way on through. Today, our final frigid morning for hopefully quite some time and potentially our last sub-freezing morning for quite some time too. We're starting out the day with teens and low to mid 20s. Wind chills are also in the teens as well. Generally sunny skies will boost our temperatures into the mid to upper 50s late today. Tomorrow morning, thanks to overnight clouds, we'll start out near 32 degrees, a little above, a little below. Afternoon highs will be in the mid to upper 50s with a chance for some scattered rain late Saturday afternoon. Best rain chances Saturday night into Sunday. From KWTX, I'm First Alert meteorologist Sean Bellafury.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday. It is a chilly Friday morning, as it's been every day this week. I got the grand poobah right here. The mayor of Waco, Jim Holmes, is with us, and we're going to talk about crazy stuff about the city of Waco. Yeah. But first of all, we're going to kick off the show as we do every morning with our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Back live, Texas Music Cafe, downtown Waco, 6th Street, just off Franklin. You can't miss this. I always say it's a kind of half and half between Austin Avenue and Franklin Avenue. Great place, the Texas Music Cafe here. And I want to say, first of all, big thanks to The Brew. They're a coffee shop right down the road here, and they're the ones that brought our coffee to us this morning. The mayor is here. Mayor, let me ask you, first of all, kind of a kickoff question. Did you ever, because were you born here and raised here?
Actually, Zach, great to be here this morning. Thanks for having me on your show. This is such a nice cold morning in Waco, walking around, and it's just beautiful. And the coffee is great. I'm originally from Nebraska.
No.
Right outside of Omaha, Nebraska. The
You're one of the
world capital of the blues up there.
corn-fed guys?
Yeah. Raised on a farm, literally corn-fed, if you will. Family, 8 brothers and sisters, very musical family growing up. We were like the Von Trapps, without a good agent, you know. There was 8 of us all singing and playing piano.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Marching band, all that. I was a trombone. We had like 2 instruments in the house for 8 kids. The trombone, which all 3 brothers played the one trombone, and all 5 sisters played we had 2 clarinets.
Did you have
we
to
sprung
clean
for the extra clarinet?
Did you have to clean the spit out?
Yeah,
between
all
the-
that. The spit valve. I learned all about that. But yeah, growing up in Nebraska, went to Creighton University up there, and came down to Waco to go to Baylor Law School, actually.
Right.
And just kind of love this place. I've been here since the early '80s. A lot of great friends throughout that period of time. Built a business here. I'm an investment banker by trade. And got into public service after we sold a business that we created. We spent 20 years building an international investment business, sold it about 10 years ago, and I got into public service.
So that kind of answers part of the question. You got here in the 80s, and so here's the question. Since you got here, isn't it amazing how the city of Waco has exploded compared to even 20 years ago or 30 years ago? It's unbelievable.
Oh, and I think, Zach, you can even say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And when I first got here in the early 80s, downtown was basically dead.
Tumbleweeds.
If you remember, I think Austin was actually paved over, and they were trying to create a walking area there with AstroTurf, which didn't work. And I think there was maybe 1 or 2 businesses downtown.
Yeah.
And so we've seen the transformation. You know, the 80s were bad. There's a lot of, the fire and a couple other things that happened here. In the 90s and 2000s, we didn't have a very good brand. But I think once we switched that brand around, and we talked about it a little bit, as downtown kind of got some footing, and then even like say 10 years ago, there were maybe 5 or 6 businesses downtown.
Right.
So, economic development is a high priority for me. Again, I'm an investment banker, and since I got on council 8 years ago, loving to see downtown just pop and have a vibrant environment down here. And just anybody that walks around Waco now, it's fun to walk around at night, eat, drink, nightclubs, great restaurants, and just a fun environment.
You know, I don't know if this sounds bad, and I hope maybe they're not still around, but I came here, excuse me, in the 83, and I put a radio station on the air. It was KJNE, and it was country 102.5. And I remember talking about downtown. The one thing I remember is when I came into town for the job interview, they put me in the worst, nasty hotel. And back in those days, that's kind of what we had, were worst, nasty hotels. Who would have ever thought we would have the number of hotels that we have and top of the line?
Exactly. And in my business career too, we were in internationally. We were in France, Mexico, Chile, Japan, Thailand, all over the place. And we would talk about where are you from, and I would say if I said Waco, it was like a 20-minute conversation about the fire and all the bad things
Yeah.
going on in Waco. So I reverted to say I'm from Texas, which
Yeah.
which is popular all over the world, believe me, as you know. So the transformation again and the branding coming back, and really the Magnolia group coming in, and the brand there that we have is fantastic, and really I think it represents the city well, and it's brought people in from all over the world as well. And when they come to Waco, we want them to see not only the Magnolia site over there, which is fantastic. Chip and Joanna do such a great job of keeping that fresh.
Yeah.
And but bring those people in to get a little traction. Look at the museums here: the Mayborn, the Texas Ranger Museum, the Dr. Pepper Museum, the
Oh,
Mammoth
yeah.
site. There's all kinds of things to see here. In addition to it, again, a vibrant night scene, and some of our the suspension bridge at both
yeah,
sides of the
yeah.
river as well. We've got a lot of great things going on. Bridge Street Plaza, Elm Avenue, and a fun place to be.
When I used to hire people to come in, one of my pitches, one of my things that I would always say is, Waco is one of the handful of towns in the state of Texas that actually have a full recreational lake in the city limits. Not many in Texas. And that would be a good draw. And of course, the river, the use of the river and so forth. So,
Yeah, the lake and the river, and don't forget the surf park out there
Oh,
too. That's
huge.
Kind of a lot of native Wacoans don't see it or experience it, but you hear people, particularly surfers,
Yep.
international Olympic
Come from all over.
surfers, and also cool people who want to hang out with those surfers, like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
All right. He's
Yeah.
been here a few times, and really celebrities and surfers from all over the world are out there at the Brazos Surfer Park out there.
Yeah. So we agree Waco has exploded. It's on the right track. What is one of the things that you would say you're most proud of that has taken place either while you're on the council or as mayor?
Zach, I would say I got on council 8 years ago. Prior to that, I was an investment banker, and one of our investment teams that we put together acquired land right on the riverfront, next to where the pavilion is now, kind of where those condos were.
Right.
The food truck lot, I think there's still a food truck over there. We had assembled some ground on the riverfront, and we were trying to work with the city, and the timing wasn't right. I'm not going to blame anybody on it, but the timing wasn't right for the vision that we had for what was going to go on in downtown Waco. This was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And so after we sold the company, and I got into public service, I said, I really want to make that happen. And so, it wasn't just me. It was the Mayor Deaver, and Mayor Meek, and the councils before me, and really the citizens had to get behind really the energy behind downtown Waco. And I'm talking about the riverfront primarily.
Yeah, right.
Long after I sold out of it because we couldn't make anything happen, there were other investors that came along. And as a city councilman, I said, yeah, we're going to work with these people to make something happen, because the city of Waco had empty lots there. The investors are buying empty lots. And the way I really think things work best is to have what they call P3, public-private partnerships, where you have government and private sector working together to make
Right.
things happen. So the energy you've seen along the riverfront and is just, again, transformational. Along University Parks, all of the residential units that we're seeing down there, the retail that we're seeing on the University Parks, all of the foot traffic that we're now seeing. Anybody that walks up and down University Parks now compared to 5 years ago is just a total transformation. And getting Baylor, and this was Mayor Meek was great in this, and the council, getting Baylor to have the Foster Pavilion on this side of I-35 was
Yes.
huge. And also having Baylor University just put the football stadium and the basketball stadium kind of on campus in downtown Waco, making it sort of the showpiece and the centerpiece and the welcome to Waco kind of area that it is, I think is just great. And we're working currently on a $25 million upgrade of that Riverwalk from the law school all the way down to Webster. That's going to
wow.
knock your socks off. It's going to
Oh,
lights
wow.
and fountains and trails, and we're excited about how that happens. And I love that part, because that's something that I tried to do in my private sector world,
Right.
to get that thing moving. It wouldn't move, so I think we hit the timing right, and a little bit of luck and a little bit of perseverance to get that riverfront kind of revitalized.
Well, we always said for years and years that we thought that was a missed opportunity all along the river. So I'm glad that all took place and came along, and it's great. It's funny because I had David Willey from CTWP was in here the other day,
old friend,
and he said, I could kick myself, Zach. He said, I had an opportunity to buy those silos and sell them for scrap metal. He said, I should have bought it and held on to it back in the day. But
yeah, the silo. There's a funny story behind the silos. I know that the government gets involved in anything, but Chip and Joanna came to the. This was before I got on council. Came to the Plan Commission and said we'd like to buy that site, and we'd like some. Can the city help out with sidewalks and lighting, which the city does because it's public
Sure.
areas. One of the conditions that the city put on it back then was we'll help with a small fee, a small amount of support, but you got to paint those silos. They look like crap, And Chip and Joanna held to their guns and said, we want the shabby chic deal, which has become the most popular part.
But did it kind of like surprise y'all when you go, y'all want to buy the silos?
Yeah. They'd been sitting there for 70 years, not being
Forever.
used.
Ever. That whole area down around the silos, the backyard, and all of the B&Bs, and it's just an exciting time for all of downtown Waco. But there's so much more than just downtown Waco. I mean, we're seeing it happen all over the place, growing, expanding, and the things that are taking place.
Yeah, and I guess the second most thing I'm happy about, not proud of, but with the council we're doing, is the economic development we're seeing, which kind of feeds the downtown area. It's sort of symbiotic. But we've had over $3.5 billion in new investment in the last 4 or 5 years. Over 4,000 new jobs. You're getting me in my campaign mode here now.
Yeah,
4,000 new jobs. And let me
You've
say
already
this
got the
about
job.
that.
You don't have
That's
to
right.
campaign anymore.
Over 4,300 new jobs, and really that 35 new businesses. And these are international businesses, great paying jobs. Amazon, Envasis, MGM Transformers, they keep coming. And it's really the core of it is the people in Waco and the neighbor helping neighbor.
Sure.
The Wacoans are fantastic people, world class. I'm happy to be the mayor at this time.
Over in the industrial area where Coca-Cola, Glazers, Caterpillar, all that's all in the city limits of Waco?
Correct. Our
I
industrial
mean, that's
park out there.
exploding with that new factory, was it a packaging?
Yeah, Graphic Packaging International, a Fortune 100
That thing is
company.
huge.
It's a $1 billion investment that they're making on a plant that's got a 150-year life span. So we're excited to see them.
A lot of new stuff.
A lot of great jobs, and again, expanding that tax base, going from residential to commercial, and helping. That's a business side of me. I just like to see these new.
No, Amazon over there and just all that. That's exciting times.
Yep.
All right, so there we go. We've talked about the serious stuff. So we're going to talk about some crazy stuff. Jim Holmes, guest this morning. Kind of give you a little rundown about the show. My good friend Melanie's going to stop in a minute and chit-chat with us. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Sol Ross. And I know we already talked about being the family, very music inclined there. Sol is going to perform. And in fact, we're going to talk about your interest in music coming
Great.
up. So a busy show this morning. We got birthdays. We got country music history. Lots more. Stick around right here on the Zack Owen Show, live from the Texas Music Cafe.
Dive into adventure with Scuba.com, your ultimate destination for top-tier scuba and snorkeling gear. With over 20 years of experience, our expert staff, who've dived everywhere from the Galapagos to the Maldives, provides personalized advice to help you find the perfect gear for any underwater journey. Shop leading brands like GoPro, Aqualung, and Scuba Pro. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, trust Scuba.com for the best in diving equipment and expert guidance. Explore now at Scuba.com. That's SCUBA.com. Scuba.com. BizChair.com, your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high-traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at BizChair.com to transform your business. Level up your game with Corsair, the global leader in high-performance gear for gamers, content creators, and PC enthusiasts. From award-winning PC components to premium streaming equipment, smart lighting, and esports coaching services, Corsair delivers an ecosystem designed for peak performance. Whether you're a casual gamer or a pro, alleviate your setup with Corsair. Shop now at Corsair.com. That's Corsair.com. Corsair. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Born from a third-generation lighting family, we craft beautifully designed, premium lighting that's made to be affordable. Inspired by Grandma Mitzi's eclectic style, we're on a mission to make high-quality lighting accessible to all. Whether you're updating your space or adding a unique fixture, Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's Mitzi.com. Mitzi. Founded in 1910, Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Made to the highest standards, our products won't let you down. We give you the confidence to get out there and explore. Inspired by the past, devoted to the present, and built to inspire a multi-generational future, Samsonite is here to elevate your journey. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. Samsonite. The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro. At Angel Bliss, we believe every parent's journey is a beautiful adventure. Our mission is to make it joyful and stress-free with thoughtful, safe, and innovative products. Born from a love for family, we promise peace of mind for parents and comfort for babies. From playtime to bedtime, every Angel Bliss product is designed with care, reliability, and a style to nurture the special bond between parent and child. Angel Bliss, creating happy memories, one baby at a time. Visit us at angelbliss.us. Angel Bliss. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's golfpartnerusa.com. Golf Partner.
Visit TexasMusicCafe.com for more music, to learn more about this show, and to view the calendar of upcoming live shows online and at Texas Music Cafe.
Visit RogueMediaMusic.com for more music.
GIF, it is Friday, my friends, and a little chilly out there. Looking for a high, though, around 60 today. Supposed to be sunshine and 60. Beautiful day in store today here in Central Texas. We're downtown Waco at the Texas Music Cafe, and we've got the mayor of Waco, Jim Holmes, with us right
Here
now.
this morning. That's great.
Yes, I love you. I appreciate you taking my invitation and not losing it in the mail. You know, you mayors got so much going on.
Yeah, I have certain people blocked, but you get through. I've got you on the high priority list. Anytime Zach reaches out, I will answer.
I got to tell you, Jim and his family were gracious enough a few years ago to host the Cattle Barons kickoff party. And, you know, I've been involved. Jim was involved with Cattle Barons forever. We love the group there with the American Cancer Society. And this past Cattle Barons honored Jim and our friend Hal Whitaker. And anyway, going back to this kickoff party, Jim and Hal were both there, and we went to your beautiful home. And what made me interested is that the musical instruments, I would love to play. I tell people I have a hard time playing the radio, no less an instrument. And it amazed me, the things that you have. And then the more I talk to you, you know, you have a fondness of blues and just really all genres of music. But tell us about some of the things that you have in your home.
Yeah, that was fun doing the Cattle Barons ball. My wife Cindy was really the energy behind that, but Hal Whitaker kind of encouraged me on that too. great guy that you talk about. Just God rest his soul, is a wonderful dude. Yeah, we did host a little kickoff party at our house, and I do have some. I love guitars. I grew up in again a musical family and was in a rock and roll band in college, like maybe a lot of people are. But the name of our band was Bent Axe. I'm not sure what that is, but
Axe.
yeah, it was a college deal, Creighton University. We played blues music and kind of rock and roll and blues, kind of a mixed cover band. And we were talking earlier. I'm sure I owe all kinds of royalty
that you owe.
payments, from the 1970s and 80s. That we played some Nugent covers actually, so I got to go write Ted.
gotta write him a
I gotta
check.
write Ted a check. But we were. It was fun. It was good fun being part of that band. And I like to tell the story too. It was Creighton University, which was basically a pre-professional school for pharmacy, legal, nursing school, dental school, medical school. And I like to say our band broke up because of drugs and legal issues. One of our lead guitar player went to pharmacy school, and two of us went to law school. So
Oh, that's perfect.
the drugs and legal issues.
Drug
kind
and
of
legal issues right there.
broke up the band, but
Hey, and before we keep going, we're going to have to just quickly break away. Talking about music, our friend Nashville Cat is on the line right now to give us some scoop of what's happening. And then we'll come back and talk more with the mayor about his personal collection, about his music. Hey, Cat, what's up today? Uh-oh. This is the same thing. We had trouble yesterday. Oh, she's back?
Cat's in.
Okay. Hey,
Hey.
Cat, what's up?
We have some technical difficulties. Not your end. I think it's the internet today. So Billy Ray Cyrus's 35-year-old adopted son Trace posted a public letter yesterday about his dad begging him to get help. I guess Billy's family's been worried about him for years now. Trace said he fears they may lose him far too soon.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, worse shape than I thought he might be.
Man, yeah, that's a lot worse than I thought.
Yeah, and a lot of his kids Billy hasn't talked to in a long time either, which is interesting. Keith Urban's daughter Sunday is 16. Nicole's agent's already getting invitations for Sunday to audition for movies. Now, Keith thinks she needs to wait a few more years, but her mom started acting when she was 16.
Yeah.
Probably going to happen, is my thought. And finally, Carrie Underwood's Vegas residency is on Hulu starting today, and Tim McGraw headlines at the Field of Dreams in Iowa August 30th, and tickets go on sale today.
Yeah, that's somewhere I'd like to go, that Field of Dreams. I think it's pretty cool.
It looks so cool and such the right size, too.
Yeah, perfect size. You got any big plans this weekend?
Well, of course, a little football. Trying
yeah.
to unthaw my frozen toes because it's so cold right now. But yeah, just simple pleasures of life.
What's the temperature right now up where you live?
-1.
-1?
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord, we thought 26 was cold.
It's -1. You can tell a difference.
All right, Kat, have a great weekend. We'll talk again on Monday.
I'm Nashville Cat on the Zack Owen Show.
Back live, we got the mayor of Waco, Jim Holmes, with us right now. Okay, continue telling us about the music and the things that you have.
Before we go too
look
much
at
further, I
this.
do have to show my Bent Axe deal right here. This was a poster for our little band. Had more hair back
Look at
then.
the
Believe it
hair.
or not, my hair was even longer back then. Chicago guy, Lincoln guy, my brother there, but it was a fun time.
That's great. So who were some of your go-to tunes back then?
ZZ Top
Yeah.
was big, and then we were into sort of English blues. Rory Gallagher, Nils Lofgren, Robin Trower. That was the kind of music we liked, so that's what we played. Wasn't always the most popular. That was one of those deals where we had a set of those, and everybody would leave. You know?
Everybody go.
Yeah.
What? Okay, let's go.
So we started playing ZZ Top. Everybody comes back, starts listening. And our own music, that was tough too. But anyway, the other Field of Dreams thing you were talking about, that is beautiful. I've been there, and it's a neat.
Oh, I would
place.
love to go see that.
Talking about the guitar collection I have, and I do have a bunch of guitars hanging on walls, which my wife Cindy is so considerate. She lets me hang all that stuff up. But it kind of started when I love Les Paul. The Les Paul guitar is kind of a popular guitar. The Gibson Les Paul is sort of the Fender Strat, and the Gibson Les Paul are the two iconic guitars in music. And I got to meet Les Paul. I was doing a lot of business in New York back in the 90s, and there was a little club called the Iridium. He would play there every Tuesday night. He was like 85, 90 years old. And Les Paul is a cool guy from the 50s. technologically, he created a lot of sound stuff that we're still using today.
Today, yes.
And I got to talk to him for a while, just a really neat guy, and he signed a guitar for me. And so that was kind of I had a 1957 Les Paul guitar, and he signed it for me. That was kind of the cornerstone. I said, you know, I like that. I like the Telecaster, and I went through 4 or 5 guitars when I was playing with Bentax. And so kind of just created a sort of, those 5 or 6 or 10 guitars grew into like 40. 50, and so I'm starting to give some away to my son, and because I've got too many things hanging up. But it's fun. It kind of reminds me of stuff, and really the impetus behind a lot of those guitars, Zach, is the Waco blues scene, which I after coming down here and kind of studying the history of rock and roll music is really based in Delta blues and really Texas blues, I'll call it, because Delta blues is the Mississippi, Delta, and they've got their own kind of sound. Texas blues has a whole other, I think, better. And I'm at some point, as mayor, I want to really promote the Texas blues scene and the Texas music scene. But I went and did more research on Waco-related musicians, blues musicians from the 20s and 30s and 40s. And you find out there's some pretty important stuff. Blind Lemon Jefferson, who was just really I would say the king of blues altogether, and really the grandfather of rock and roll, right here in Wortham, Texas, not too far from Waco.
Yeah.
Blind Willie Johnson, who grew up just south of Waco, is famous. One of his recordings is on the Voyager. The Voyager that went out into deep space. They picked like 40 songs, and his was one of them. Just some cool history right here in Central Texas. So I got the idea, and I was getting those old acetate records from the 20s and 30s. I got one. There's like 10 or there's a dozen pretty important, I feel, historic blues figures. So I got those acetate records just to kind of have them, build a collection of those.
That's neat.
And then my next step was getting the instruments that they played, not the actual instruments, but the model that they played. And they played like Stella guitars and Gibsons. And so I've got kind of a little collection going of acetate records and guitars that these older musicians from the 30s and 40s played, who I idolize. And I've had the opportunity to meet, Classy Blue here in town. I don't know.
Legend.
The legend.
Yeah.
Walker Auditorium, and just fantastic. Just a great dude, great guy.
Always nice, always upbeat, happy.
What I always liked about Classy was he was technically a great blues player in Zydeco, but he knew so much about all different genres of music that he would just take calls from the crowd. What do you want to hear?
Yeah.
And he would play everything. And I thought that was so gracious of him, because he could have jammed on his stuff, which I would have sat there and listened to him for 12 hours playing Zydeco and blues music. But he would play, Beach Boys and stuff like that, just for folks.
Well, we were talking about one of the things that I was curious about was that banjo you had hanging on. Tell us about the banjo.
The banjo was, my father. There's a little bit of history in the Holmes family of musicians. A lot of my uncles and my grandfather and my great uncles, fiddle players, I guess, back in Nebraska and Kansas in the 20s and 30s. And my father was a pretty accomplished banjo player. And we've seen some old news stories. Now you can kind of go back and look at some of the newspaper clippings online. And he was a little entertainer there as a kid. He never did talk about it a whole lot, but there's this iconic picture of him playing the banjo when he was like 6 years old, and which kind of inspired me. I found that banjo.
Oh wow!
This Sears. We were Dust Bowl people up there in Kansas, and I think it was like $15 for this guitar in a Sears catalog.
Sears Roebuck catalog.
Sears Roebuck catalog. So that one I have kind of hanging in a cool place. Because his dad is the one that gave me my first guitar. His guitar, I still have it. It's one of the guitars I have hanging up.
Wow.
But yeah, it's fun. Just reminds me of, again, these blues players and Dad. And then I've got a couple of. I'm a big Beatles fan from a long time ago. That's really what inspired me back when I first started enjoying music with my family, and on the Ed Sullivan Show, at night. So I've got some Beatles stuff there too.
Oh, I'll tell you about that. My good friend who passed away, George Vaughn was his name, and we would take that album and play it backwards to see that where it says Paul is a dead man. Paul is a dead man.
Did you find it?
Remember that? No,
but
Paul is a dead man. And then that whole was it Abbey Road album was what it was, and Paul had a cigarette in his right hand, but he was left-handed, and he was walking barefooted, which was a sign of the dead man.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Oh yeah,
back then.
There was a code on that deal because George Harrison was wearing black. He was supposedly the guy that was burying him, and Paul was dead.
Yeah, Beatles, unbelievable in our history.
It is, and I
music
even
and
find
life.
myself even now. Again, I know all those songs by heart. And again, Beatles. It was more of a transformation of culture. It's hard to explain what that was back then during the war and after the war and stuff like that.
A week or two ago, I believe they inducted Ringo Starr into the Grand Ole Opry.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was on stage and did some stuff. I think he got inducted. Hey, we're talking with Mayor Jim Holmes here on the Zack Owen Show on a Friday morning. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about some events that are coming up right here on a Friday morning.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today.
Find Life as a Song at Instagram, RogueMediaNetwork.com, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Elevate your experience with Grenco Science, the leaders in cutting-edge vaporizers. Whether you're at home or on the go, our sleek, powerful devices deliver smooth, consistent hits every time. Quality you can trust, innovation you can feel. Grenco Science, take your vapor game to the next level. Visit us at GrencoScience.com. This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey y'all, I'm April. And I'm Caroline. And this is your Bloody Happy Hour. Caroline, are you ready for this? This is your newest guilty pleasure. It's the bloodiest part of your week. Did we say something about it also being happy hour? Show did. Because we're about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Do you ever have a story that you just can't get out of your head?
One that you play the details of over and over with your friends?
Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Claire.
And I'm Susan.
And this is Justice Pending,
a weekly true crime podcast where we discuss tantalizing crimes with more questions than answers.
Thanks for joining us.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Visit TexasMusicCafe.com for more music, to learn more about this show, and to view the calendar of upcoming live shows online and at Texas Music Cafe.
Visit RogueMediaMusic.com for more music.
that you playing the riff right there?
Yeah,
On
the
that?
little air guitar on that. I love that.
Back at the Texas Music Cafe, Zack Owen Show. The mayor of Waco, Jim Holmes, is with me right now. And I tell you something else. We were talking a little earlier about, would you ever imagine that the city of Waco is where it is today? But the one thing Jim and I used to kind of laugh about was, did you ever think that somebody would actually pay to ride around in a van and get a tour of Waco?
I didn't, and I was so happy to see that. Not just one. I think they've got a fleet.
Yes. Yes.
Of people just curious about the city. And you hear great feedback on that, too, when they get back. Oh, it was fantastic. That was interesting. I didn't know this was going on. I want to come back.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased with David Ridley and his crew for getting that thing going.
Doing a great job.
A lot to see here. A lot of.
I kind of wish, in a way, that we could have somehow saved and still had the big riverboat, the paddle wheel that was here forever and then left. But that would have been it would have fit more today's time than it did in those times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think with everything going on down on the river, we'll activate that river with the water taxis and traffic. Because we've got a couple more new restaurants going, not to get back into my economic development mode, but a couple more new restaurants going in down there. And that riverfront is going to be the coolest place in the world when we're done with it.
We talked a little bit earlier about, I was telling you how I felt that Randy Roberts and Mike who started, and you were saying something interesting, that old building, what was it?
Waco Hardware was on one end of it, but we're talking about the River Square kind of, the Ninfa's, the Spice.
Yeah, they came in and put that in. I truly believe that was a turning point for downtown Waco. And it's interesting because another thing in my mind that was ahead of its time, and you loving blues, was the restaurant theater called Burgers and Blues that Randy had on the end. Beautiful showroom. I think I saw, was it Sam Cooke maybe, and somebody there. 2 or 3 times I went, but it was ahead of its time. It would go gangbusters today.
Yeah, agreed. And the fact that we kind of have an organic music scene happening with the Texas Music Cafe being a cornerstone of it, and other places downtown here, Backyard, and there's other musical venues that and nightclubs where people can sit and talk and have a good time and walk around in that great, fun, safe, vibrant environment down here in downtown Waco.
Yep. I know you've got a couple of things you wanted to bring up and mention that are happening.
Well, just really celebrating Waco music, and there's I don't know if you know Buddy Edwards, a great guy, led Caritas for a long time. He's the leader of a band called the Morticians, a cover band here in Waco. He approached me about a year ago, and I've always been excited about Waco music, and he approached me about a year ago and said, hey, can we get something to celebrate the history of Waco music? And so we're in the infancy stages and the embryonic stages of organizing a group. And I know it's kind of been done before, but we're trying to get it reformed to really get a recognition of the history of Waco music and celebrating what we have here. Not only the folks, like we've got great bands that have been here, Hourglass, Bland Cromwell's group, the Morticians, a lot of history of music, not just the rock and roll, but all different genres of blues and norteño and just all different kinds of music.
I don't know if you know this, but Bland, they got that from his figure, the title Hourglass. That's his figure.
The reverse hourglass?
Yeah, maybe it could be a reverse.
Bland's a great friend from a
Great
long time.
guy.
Yeah, can we edit that out?
Yes.
But no, Bland, and we got good energy behind this too. Fiona Bond, who was Creative Waco, is excited about. We're talking about maybe doing a star, kind of a Walk of Fame deal downtown here somewhere, and really grounding the history of Waco music. And we got, Chris Ramoyan here at the cafe, and Bob Darden over at Baylor is a historian. He knows a great source of information. J.B. Smith, the Trib. We just have some really good folks here that are excited about this project. And again, blues is my part that I love, and I'm wearing the T-shirt today. Waco Gateway to the Brazos Valley Blues is what I like to call it. I would like to give you this, this
thank
T-shirt,
you.
Zach.
Is this a small petite?
This is,
small petite.
I had you measured earlier, so
Thank
that's
you
a
so
form-fitting
much.
T-shirt.
I appreciate that very much. And Mayor, let me tell you one thing that we've got coming up is the Waco Block Party, and want to invite you out for that. That's February 28th through March 2nd.
Fantastic.
3 days of music, and they're going to block off down the street here. I believe it's on 8th Street, right in front of Southern Roots Brewing Company. They're going to block all that off, and they'll have all genres of music and a big awards show and different things going on. So that's more getting Waco musically inclined.
Absolutely. Again, we have such a vibrant scene here. With you brought another good point, the breweries that we have down here, the brew pubs. And again, I encourage everybody to come to downtown Waco and enjoy the scene down here, especially the Texas Music Cafe. I wish you could turn the camera around. This is such a cool, cool spot. And there's a wall of fame over here.
Oh, yeah.
On all of the which I think we're going to build off of on the this resurgence or this organization that we're putting together here, and get a lot of information that we've got going here in the Texas Music Cafe. I appreciate you putting all this together.
We were just wondering if you maybe every morning could come down here about 8:15 every morning, and we'll put you
Sing
on
the national anthem?
Well, yeah, we could
Okay,
do the
yeah.
national anthem, but put you out with a camera on the street. You could be the street mayor. And do like
kinda like that.
the late night TV shows would do the street cam and stupid pet tricks.
Interview
and all
folks
that.
as they come
Is
by.
there goes a guy right now.
Exactly.
Yesterday we were laughing because I was trying to interview, and I see this guy out of the corner of my eye, and he's got a bicycle which doesn't look like his bicycle. You know what I mean? And he's got a big dirty blanket, a big beard, and he's talking to somebody, and we're going, there's nobody out there but him. And so I was mesmerized by this guy. Anyway.
All kinds of interest. I think that was Mayor Meek. That could have been. Sorry, Dylan.
He's looking for something to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jim, thank you so very much for taking the time. I know you got some meetings you got to run off to, and we're excited about our times here in Waco, Texas, and invite everybody, because you can watch this podcast all around the world, and come see us in Waco, Texas.
Zach, I appreciate it. It's been fun. You're such a fun guy. Great history here, and you've kind of grounded the music scene here for many, many, many years. And the whole community appreciates you. And
Well,
I wish
thank you.
do.
I appreciate it. Jim Holmes, Mayor of Waco, good guy. He's available. I'm going to give his cell phone out a little bit later. You can call him anytime.
I'm your man on the street.
All right, we're going to take a little. Oh, hey, before you leave, before we take a break, I want you to do a bad joke of the day, okay? So you pick one.
Pick one.
And everybody, y'all have got to laugh, by the way, whether it's funny or not.
All right, I go. Okay. Hang on here.
All right.
Hang on.
They're all crummy, so
All
it
right.
doesn't matter.
These are dad jokes.
Yes.
Definitely in the dad joke category. This is sort of a Lake Waco possible type joke.
Okay.
What did the fish say when he swam into a wall?
What?
Damn. Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Mayor Jim Holmes will perform nightly. 2 shows nightly. Try the Ville. We'll be right back right after this.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com. Get ready for epic savings at Best Buy. Right now, you can save up to $700 on select Alienware and Dell gaming products. Perfect for leveling up your gaming experience. Plus, grab the latest Android Google Pixel at an unbeatable price. Don't miss these incredible deals. Shop now at bestbuy.com and upgrade your tech today. At Fullwell, we bring together the expertise of registered dietitians, MDs, and OBGYNs to give you the best fertility support. Our research-backed bioavailable formulas are crafted with your health in mind, ensuring the highest quality and safety. From preconception to pregnancy and beyond, we exceed industry standards with independent testing for harmful contaminants. With our comprehensive practitioner directory, personalized care is always within reach. Fullwell, your trusted partner on your fertility journey. Visit us at fullwellfertility.com. Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com.
911, what's your emergency?
My name's Isabella Bosco. There's a man in my house. He's dead. My husband's not home. I don't know where he is.
I'm going to have you walk me through today.
I want to know why that man was in my house.
Would you say your husband was honest with you?
Of course.
Did something happen to Dad?
We have to leave. Mom, stop the car!
Hey, are you hurt?
Mom, is that a cop?
Did I see your truck had Alaska plates? This here's Isabel and her kid Kaya. They got caught in the storm.
We can be out of your hair as soon as the sun comes up.
She's hiding something, Mom.
I didn't catch her last name.
Why is she staring at us like that?
Having some car troubles?
Can you take a step back, please?
Something's wrong with these people. They're gonna hit us!
Kaya, get down!
Are you going to shoot them?
Get behind me. You are not getting my daughter. You'll have to go through me. Run, Kaya!
We haven't been looking for you. Wake up.
Hellhound Country, available anywhere you get your podcasts. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
Visit TexasMusicCafe.com for more music, to learn more about this show, and to view the calendar of upcoming live shows online and at Texas Music Cafe.
Back live, Texas Music Cafe. Big thanks to Mayor Jim Holmes of Waco for stopping by this morning. Jim changed to, it's Melanie now. Cody, Jim's, what do you say now when people?
I was married to Jim.
That's
I
it.
mean, I don't.
I mean, when to me, when you say widower, I don't know.
Women's a
widowed.
widow.
Yeah.
But it just seems.
Yes, I know. That's what I mean. It's like Jim's not gone. You know, he's really somewhere. It's like Elvis. That, and I'm going to send this picture up. But Jim and I were in Memphis for a St. Jude deal, and we decided to go to Graceland with over there where Elvis is, and we swore, because they don't let you upstairs where his bedroom was. You can't go up there, and Jim swears he saw him.
Yeah, he's alive. He's up there. He's just watching
hiding
the people.
out.
Yeah, eating peanut butter nanner sandwiches.
Wow. So you're off on Friday?
Usually a lot.
Come in and hang out with me. I like
See
that.
what's going on? Looks like things are smooth. Got a high top table now. Isn't
that cool? We can stand up. You got a chair. You still look short.
I was too short.
You still look short.
Well, I need a higher chair.
Get up on your
chair.
Get up. Like. But I asked Melanie to come in last Friday, but no, she had to go gambling in Shreveport. How'd you do?
I spent what I took, but it took 4 days to do that.
Yeah.
I ate and drank and
had a good
rooms and-
time.
yeah.
Well, that's good.
It was great.
I love it.
Good time.
Yesterday, a guy that we've known for a long time, Michael Saldana, was on the show musically, and I was supposed to show this picture yesterday, but this is a pic of us, Zach and Jim and Michael, and this was taken when all the stuff was going on with North Korea, and we posted that picture and we said, Zach and Jim hanging out with Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, and people were like, what?
And that's really not, that's his ball cap is turned up, but it looks like his hair is like Kim Jong.
Yes.
That was several years ago in the high.
We didn't know he was such a country music fan.
Yeah, Kim Jong, he likes basketball and country music right there. So, do you remember the year, because you've got all the videos, the year that we did Hot Country Cafe, was that 95?
That was, you started that before me, so that
Before
was
you.
93, 94, 94,
Yeah, I was going to say
95.
94, yeah. So we've decided every Thursday we're going to do a little bit of a throwback Thursday, And this is from our 25 Hot Country Cafe video, a show that we did for a couple of years with KXXV, Channel 25 TV here in Waco. Here it is, throwback.
I'm Zack Owen.
And I'm Jim Cody from the Waco 100 Morning Show.
Here's what's coming up this week on 25 Hot Country Cafe.
So for all your favorite country videos and news and information on your favorite country stars, tune in right here.
Sunday night at 10:30 on KXXV, Channel 25. I'm Zack Owen.
And I'm Jim Cody from the Waco 100 Morning Show. Welcome to another edition of 25 Hot Country Cafe.
Now pay close attention to tonight's show, because in the morning, shortly after 7 o'clock, Jim and I will give you a chance to win a dozen videos. In fact, we'll have two big winners in the morning.
Let's kick things off now. Let's get started with our videos. Here's How Catchy with Mama Knows the Highway.
Mama Knows the Highway, that's How Catch 'em.
You know, we've got more great Hot Country videos, artists, news and information, lots more stuff on the way. So stay tuned to 25 Hot Country Cafe.
Welcome back to 25 Hot Country Cafe. Reba McEntire on the way with an explosive video.
You know, Reba's going to be in concert at Six Flags on September 3rd and 4th, so you might want to get tickets for the show.
And she just finished filming her movie, Tremors 2, coming to a theater near you. Now, here's East Texas girl Linda Davis and Reba McEntire.
Does He Love You?
We'll be back on 125 Hot Country Cafe.
Hi, this is the Sax Man, Greg Sax from Waco 100, and I think I'll sit this part of the television show out, but I can't because life is a dance. Thanks to John Michael Montgomery's debut effort on Atlantic Records, this CD's a must for your country collection with the song of the year, I Love the Way You Love Me, and his new hit, Beer and Bones. If you're a Texan like me, you'll just love Dream On Texas Ladies. John Michael Montgomery's a native Kentuckian, but his style definitely fits the traditional Texas club scene. He's a star in the making. Look out, Garth, because the guy with 3 names gets a first ever 10 on the Sax scale. That means a must buy if you love traditional country. This is the Sax Man. See you soon. Life's a dance.
That's John Michael Montgomery, and his latest called Beer and Bones.
You suppose those are chicken bones?
Could be chicken bones.
Funny how this all leads
Just
together.
ties together. Yes,
we want
it
to
is.
thank the folks out here at Leslie's Chicken Shack for letting us come out and do our show, 25 Hot Country Cafe.
Yeah, they're good folks out here on the old Dallas Highway. Hey, we want to thank once again all of our winners from our first show, and I hope you've been paying attention, because in the morning, shortly after 7 o'clock, we're going to give you a chance to win a dozen videos.
Going to have 2 winners.
2 big winners on the Waco 100 Morning Show.
Well, we've got more great country videos on the way. We've got country news with Christine Kahanick and more, so keep it here.
And here's who's making news in country music. Lori Morgan. Apparently her acting debut in the made-for-TV movie Proud Heart has the critics talking. Proud Heart aired on the national network August 16th. Morgan plays the part of a single mother who goes back to her hometown after her father's death. Critics are calling the emotional role a challenge for a first-time actress, but say Morgan made the role look very easy. And by the way, Lori is also the spokesperson for Wrangler Jeans. Winona Judd may soon be the star of a commercial for a popular diet drink. Ultra Slim Fast officials are negotiating with her to be their latest spokeswoman. Winona spokesman Chuck Thompson says there's no agreement yet, but she's lost 20 pounds so far using their product. A year ago this week, Mark Chestnut hit the top of the charts with I'll Think of Something. And if you can remember, a decade ago this week, the #1 song was Lost in the Feeling by country legend Conway Twitty. And by the way, Twitty and Loretta Lynn's duet, As Soon as I Hang Up the Phone, hit #1 on Billboard magazine's country chart 19 years ago this week. And now a look at this week's country music calendar. Coming to Temple this Friday night, Brother Phelps will be performing at Cactus Canyon. The doors open at 7. At Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, Tammy Wynette will take the stage Saturday night. Call Ticketmaster for more information. And the man himself, Garth Brooks, will be performing at Texas Stadium September 23rd through the 25th. And the concert is sold out, but listen to Waco 100 for your chance to win tickets. And finally, coming up in October, the Heart of Texas Fair and Rodeo. Get ready, artists like Tim McGraw, Holly Dunn, Shenandoah, and Texas the Band will be taking the stage. So a lot of great country entertainment coming to Central Texas, and that's your news and country calendar for this week.
That's the Central Texas debut of the hot new video from Mark Chestnut, Almost Goodbye.
Speaking of goodbye, it's time for us to say goodbye. Tune in again Sunday night at 10:30 for another edition of 25 Hot Country Cafe.
We were talking. Was that 94? It was 93. I think late or summer of 93 maybe.
Fun times. That was fun.
The purpose of that, I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again, was that was before CMT had been in Waco. You couldn't get country videos, and someone over at Channel 25 had this idea. Let's do a country music video show, and we'll call it 25 Hot Country Cafe. We'll do it at Leslie's Chicken Shack out on the old Dallas Highway. And we did for quite a while. And then I think they were about to shut down, and we decided we're going to take the show on the road, and we started going to concerts. But one thing interesting about that clip we just saw, Melanie, was Tammy Wynette playing at Billy Bob's. Golly.
Wild, yeah.
And that was back when Garth was doing the Texas Stadium, where we took 2 or 3 busloads of listeners. And that was where I believe he ziplined from one end of Texas Stadium to the other.
And then did you see who was on the lineup? Did you hear who was on the lineup
No,
at the fair? Holly Dunn, Tim McGraw. I forgot who else she said, but I was like, that's big,
Yeah.
That was big then.
1993. Crazy. I don't know. Mike, did you get that other picture, speaking of Tim McGraw? Why don't you show that one? This is of now this picture, I got to tell you about this picture. This was probably around 93, 94. And
that might have been at the Fair and Rodeo that year.
Well, no. I'm going to tell you where this was at the Melody Ranch. And Tim McGraw's record guy called me. His name is Peter Svensson. And Peter called me and he says, hey, we got this new singer. And he had a song out called Welcome to the Club. And it was terrible. Nobody was playing it. Well, you'd liked it. You're an East Texas girl. Anyway, he said, look, I want to bring him in to play a free show. And I go, I don't know. And ended up bringing Tim McGraw to the Melody Ranch for a free show. Full band, everything. And that's from that. That's from Melody Ranch.
Before Faith Hill, before.
Yeah, before all that.
Before Indian Outlaw.
Yeah. I don't know if I can get my pants up any higher than that. Wow.
Yeah, brush popper shirt on Jim.
Oh, yeah. So those are a good idea. Hey, Sol Ross is our musical guest, and we're going to get him up to play here in just a bit, play some music. Melanie, what you got another story you might want to share with us before we go to Sol?
Well, we talked about going to the club with Rodney and
the strip club. Go ahead and just say it.
Did you ever tell what happened? What made that happen? Can I tell the whole story?
Yeah, sure you can.
I was the only person who wasn't drinking that night. It was the first or second or third Zack and Jim anniversary blowout, and so
inside the Coliseum.
Yes, and Rodney was there.
Johnny Lee,
and so great concert. I think we had Sloppy Joe play after the
after
we
party.
We could stay longer.
Yep.
But y'all were singing "Looking for Love" on stage.
Yep. And the stage, I want to tell you, the stage was probably that high. It was pretty tall stage that year.
And so all of us were sitting in the VIP area, and this was January, February, and I was due in March, so I was pretty big and pregnant with Riley.
Yep.
So it was 93. Yeah, or 94. It's 94. And so I see you on stage, and I hear you talking to another guy, and this guy is sitting in a chair, and your ex-wife, I guess they went to high school together, they knew each other.
I guess.
She was not paying it. She was just talking or whatever, and he kept looking at you going, I got your woman, or whatever, and you're like, I'll kick your... You were talking to each other, and I was like, that's not
I'm
right.
not a violent person. I don't fight. I think I can count how many fights I've had in my life on one finger. But it was more than that. He was up against her, and it was kissing her neck. And she was blowed. I mean, she was out of it.
He was agging it on. He was. I saw him agging it on. He
Yeah.
was like, "I got your woman," but and you said you were on the microphone and they're singing.
We're singing "Looking for Love,"
but you're saying to him, "You better stop," or whatever. Not kind words you were saying to him. And so then the song was over, and Jim and Johnny Lee are walking off the stage, and all of a sudden I see you just fly off the stage onto the table, onto that guy.
Yeah.
And so I run backstage and I grab Jim. I was like, hey, you need to go help Zach. He's in a fight. And he's like, well, where is he? And we look down. I said, well, he's on the ground. The police officer has his knee in your back, and you're on the ground.
Yeah.
And so it was crazy. And that's how y'all ended up all leaving us wives. You're like, no, y'all leave. We don't want to be around y'all, whatever.
The sheriff's department, I think it was sheriff's deputies, and they took us down. And while we were on the ground, I won't give the details, but I broke 4 or 5 of my front teeth were busted out. Not by a hit, but by a finger, which is a whole different story. But anyway, so I go to the strip club with these teeth just look like chiclets hanging down, going,
I'm just dangling under the gown.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you for telling that story.
Yeah, I just thought, I've never seen you do that before, but he flew off the stage. And
it was way up there. I couldn't do it today. I would have to ease off the stage.
Broke your teeth hitting the table.
I might have.
That's
fun
great.
Times. Fun times. So many great stories over the years. Saul Ross is with us right now. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Well, I'm doing great. Melanie's doing great. I want to say thank you, first of all, for coming in this morning. I know that it's kind of hard for most musicians to get up early like this.
Well, not me normally. I'm up usually around 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm a teacher and a coach, so.
Oh, so yeah. So you got a real job.
Yeah, I have a real job, too.
Not like these guys like Michael Saldana,
Hey, more power to him.
That's right. That's right. Well, man, so glad. When I put out the call, I said, I'm going to do this show, and I need some folks to come sing. I want to do local talent, and it doesn't have to just be country. But anyway, they said, you got to reach out to this guy. And I don't think we've ever met.
I don't think so.
I don't think we have. And so I said, man, I'm excited to hear about this guy. A lot of hoopla, and you were gracious enough to say, yes, I'll be there. So thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. You got some songs there. First of all, before you tell us, do you ride a lot?
I do, actually. I have a buddy of mine who was making fun of me. He goes, I don't know how you write that much. But it just seems to flow out lately. So I just let it go where it goes.
Okay. All right. Well, sing one for us.
All right. I'll play. This is the latest single I have out right now. It's called Weatherman. It's not meant to insult any women or anything, but it's comparing a woman to the Texas weather. So.
Oh, that's great.
She's wild as a Texas tornado, with her head harder than hell. Smile shining like a rainbow, she can make it hard to tell. Wish him blow like four winds. She might drought you out again. You better be a weatherman. Leave you guessing all she can. Two below and cuddled up, holding me tight. The Gulf Coast hurricane Saturday night. If she gets mad, just wait about an hour. She'll go to sunshine from all them scattered showers. She's got all the seasons in the palm of her hand. Love a Texas cowgirl, you better plan to be a weatherman. She got a temper like a love winter. It's whirl like the Abilene winds. Legs hotter than a Corpus summer. Eyes softer than falling love can. She's gonna blow like four winds. She might drought you out again. You better be a weatherman. She'll leave you guessing all she can. Two below and cuddled up, holding me tight. Gulf Coast hurricane Saturday night. And if she gets mad, just wait about an hour. She'll go to sunshine from all them scattered showers. She's got all the seasons in the palm of her hand. To love a Texas cowgirl, better plan to be a weatherman. She love you the soft as panhandle snow, burn you up at 104 on the border of Mexico. You better be a weatherman. She leave you guessing all she can. Two below and cuddled up, hold me tight. Gold Coast hurricane Saturday night. And if she gets mad, just wait about an hour. She'll go to sunshine from all them scattered showers. She's got all the seasons in the palm of her hand. Love a Texas cowgirl. Oh, love a Texas cowgirl. Better be a weatherman. Oh, you better be with me. Thank you, thank you.
Now, is that a personal story or?
Not really. That was something that I've always tried to write.
Yeah.
And it's been in my mind for a few years. And then one day I just sat down and was like, I've got to knock this out and get this written. So it finally came together.
And how long did it take once you said, I'm going to sit down and do this?
3 months. I had to go slow about it.
Right.
So, but some songs are like that, you know. Some you'll bust out in 5 minutes, and they'll be decent, and you can work with them from there. And then there's some that you might have in your mind for years, and you just never get the right time. And then finally, it just falls together. So
yeah. I don't know if you caught the other day. We were talking. I can't remember what day it was, but it was Eddie Rabbitt's birthday. Great country music singer, gone way too soon. But I always, and I hope it's exact because it's on the internet, right? It's got to be correct. So anyway, I had always been told the story that he was headed to the studio to cut an album, and he needed one more song to make it, and he didn't have anything. And they picked him up in a limo to take him to the studio, and he's sitting in the back of the limo, and on a napkin or piece of paper, he wrote, "I love a rainy night," because it was raining and the windshield wipers were slapping, and he just wrote that song on the way.
That's
Boom.
pretty cool.
Isn't that great?
You never know.
Yeah, you never ever know. Hey, let's do some birthdays right now. We're going to throw these. What day is your birthday?
May 7th.
May baby.
May baby.
All right. Ernest Borgnine, great actor from the past, was born on this date in 1917. Doug Kershaw, legendary Cajun guy, 1936. Let's see here, 1939. Ray Stevens.
Wow, the squirrel went berserk.
Yeah, crazy. Ahab the Arab guy was born in 1939. Aaron Neville, 1941. Neil Diamond, 1941. John Belushi, one of the funniest guys, gone way too soon, born in 1949. Mary Lou Retton, wasn't she a skater?
Olympic.
Oh, Olympic.
Gymnast.
Yeah. 1968. Ed Helms from The Office was born in 74. And Sean McVay, one of the hottest coaches in the NFL, was born on this date in 1986. Melanie, you got some local?
Local birthdays. Happy birthday to London Grimm, who is 40 today. Tanner Moore is 50. Raymond McCrae is 53. Christine Moss is 53. Leonard Abelazes? What is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
37. James Gilmore's birthday. I'm not quite sure how old
Hey,
James
James.
is. Hi, James. Nathan Williams is 63. Bobby Childress is 72. Lacey Elliott's 30. Justin Nichols is 38. Heather Necessary, I know Heather,
Yeah.
is 51. And Barry Wolverton, all having birthdays today.
Hey, can you think back, Soul, to as far as you can remember as a kid, what was that one thing you got that you can remember for a birthday present? You go, man, that was cool.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just think back to it. It could have been 10 years ago, or it could have been when you were a kid. But you're still a kid now, but.
Well, yeah, I wish I felt like a kid. These knees and bones are getting a little old on me. Probably my first guitar, and I think I was 12 when I got that. And so that was probably the most memorable birthday present to me.
Right. Do you remember what it was? Anything about that guitar?
I remember the strings hurting my fingers really bad for the first time, which now I got,
Calluses.
you play long enough, you get calluses on you. But I wish I could remember the brand. I can't for the life of me. And I still have it laying around somewhere. I need to pull it out of storage and bring it back to life, I guess. But that was probably the most memorable birthday present I ever got as a kid.
The mayor was on earlier, and a very musical family, and he remembers he got that first guitar, and it was from the Sears Roebuck catalog, $15. He said that it cost his family to get that guitar.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you have a favorite? You know, it seems like every musician has a favorite brand of guitar.
I know I'm playing a Taylor right now, but Takamine, I have one, and it was an older guy that gave it to me that he used to play with me way back in the day when I was still a kid. And he showed up to my house, and I was living on my own out in the middle of Oglesby. You know, there's not much there. And he showed up like on Christmas Eve, and he walks in with this case, and I was like, "What are you doing?" You know, I wasn't expecting him. And he said, "This is yours." I said, "What do you mean that's mine?" And he opened it, and it was a brand new guitar, and it was a Takamine, and I still have it, still have the case. And I just remember I was trying not to break down in tears, you know, because I was like, "This is probably the nicest thing somebody's ever done for me."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I like to see, you know, young men trying to grow up and do the right thing." And he said, "I think you're trying to do that." So
wow.
I thought you deserved it, and so I still have it to this day. But that's been my favorite brand of guitar.
Right.
It just, the comfortability of it, I can't explain it. It just feels very comfortable in my hands compared to anything else. So.
Yeah, I've always wondered that because not being a musician and not knowing, I've always wondered, is it the sound? Is it the feel? What makes people like a particular brand?
Well, and I think everybody's different. There are some people that go for the sound. There are some people that go for the feel. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing half the time. Like, I can do things on a guitar, but I can't tell you the theory or, you know, the technicality of it or any of that.
Right.
So I go off of feel, basically, just for me. But I know a lot of other guys that I play with or played around that there's certain sounds and things that they like and they have to have. So
it always amazes me when I watch any type of music, and you've got the lead guitar player, and he may have 6 or 7 guitars, and I'm going, why does he need 6 or 7 guitars? But obviously they do.
They don't. But, I mean, if you're a musician and you are a guitar player, who wouldn't want 6 or 7 guitars?
Yeah.
So,
that reminds me of a story that Jim and I were emceeing. Gary Allen was playing the Melody Ranch a long time ago, and he had a rack. If you've been backstage of the Melody Ranch, in what they call their green room, it's about the size of this table. It's tiny, and it's got the famous part about their green room. You go in there, and they go, "Oh, that's a famous chair. Willie Nelson threw up on that." That's their famous. Anyway, it's not a lot of space, and there's this ramp that's way steep. Anyway, his guitars were sitting back there, 5 or 6 of them. And man, you would walk within a foot and somebody would go, "You need to stay back away from these guitars. Back away, back away." We go, "Okay." You know, it just made you want to go and grab it, you know, or something
had
like
their
that.
own guitar security.
Yeah. Guitar security. I like it.
What's your job?
They must have, did they expand that later? Because I had been back there.
Yeah.
I played a show with Cody Johnson there a long time, like 2015.
Yeah.
I guess it got a little bigger, but
A little
I don't know
bigger?
if they expanded it or what.
Oh, it couldn't get any smaller. Trust me, back then.
Most people would stay in their bus. They wouldn't even.
They wouldn't even use that little green room.
But maybe they did build on. Maybe it is.
Yeah, might have
I
built
don't
onto
know.
it.
I haven't been there in a while, so.
Yeah. Melody Ranch, so many stories. I told the one the other day about getting invited to go back, and I sat with Johnny Lyon, who owned the Melody Ranch at the time, sat out there with him and Johnny Bush. And Johnny Bush had an old Cadillac, and he played a cassette of some of his new music. So I got to hear new music from Johnny Bush, which I've always loved Johnny Bush. But another interesting story about the Melody Ranch, a couple of them I can't tell from those days.
Great Gary Allen stories.
Gary Allen stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many stories from the Melody Ranch. Great place.
Gary Stewart. Sorry, Gary Stewart.
Oh, Gary Stewart.
Yes.
One of my favorite Gary Stewart stories from the Melody Ranch was he was out there and he was playing. Man, he was rocking along. And you know how bands, they'll usually play some songs. And even George Strait, still to this day, will stop and take time to introduce the band members. And I believe, I may be wrong, but at a point, Gary didn't have a band that followed him around the U.S., but he had bands that he used that knew his songs, whatever. So this band, he had used them and used them and used them, and he stops and goes, man, right now, I want to introduce my band. And he turns around, and you can see him just looking at them, and he goes, but I don't know a damn name of them. And went right back into it, you know. Crazy Gary Stewart.
That is wild.
Yeah. You want to do another song for us?
Yeah, I can. I actually have one that I wrote about the night my wife and I met at the Melody Ranch.
No.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Do you
It's
remember
funny
what
that you brought that up?
Was anybody playing that night, or just a regular night, or?
I don't think so. I think it was no, nobody was playing. It was just a regular night.
Now, were you a dancer?
Not much, but I was trying.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't going to find me a girlfriend if I didn't dance a little bit at least, right?
That's right.
So,
all right. What's the name of it?
it's called Scootin' Boots.
All right.
Well, I can see the smoke dancing across those green eyes, the neon lights, hazy glow, and I can see your beautiful smile. Makes me wanna stay a while. Got me locked in so deep, I don't wanna go. 'Cause I just wanna feel your skin pressed up against mine. Girl, you got me thinking about the rest of our lives. And we're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor, spinning around and both want more. Falling in love to the rhythm of the chords. Weekend in the night with a good night kiss, fireworks and night, touch of our lips, lighting up the scene, your front porch. We're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor. And I can feel you move in closer with every song. Sweet whispers kiss my soul as you sing along. And I can feel your heart beating faster with every twirl. Your head against my chest, beating me out of my world. And we're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor, spinning around and both want more. Falling in love to the rhythm of the chord. And weekend in the night with a good night kiss, fireworks and night, touch of our lips, lighting up the scene, your front porch. We're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor. touching of our lips, lighting up the scene, your front porch. We're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor. The hardwood floor. Thank you, thank you.
So the big question is, was that Stars and Love, from then on?
Yeah, it was kind of funny because we had some mutual friends, and that's how we both ended up there. And she wouldn't really talk to me. She's a very shy person, which I didn't know that at the time. And so I kept asking her to dance, and I finally told her one time, I said, I'm going to make you talk to me at some point. And so eventually it happened, and it just went on from there. So
wow.
Now we've been married since 2018. I have a 5-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. So
wow.
Yeah, it's been
That is
history ever
great.
since.
That is great. Now, is she, you say she's kind of shy, but is she musically at all in her life as far as the singing or playing?
She can play the guitar, and she can sing. She doesn't like to.
Yeah.
And she likes to tell people that she can't. She can a little bit, but she would never do it in front of anybody.
Well, I was going to say, we got to get her out here with you, and maybe she could do a little background singing,
Oh, yeah, I would love that. She's probably not going to go for it, but...
What's her name?
Her name's Brooke.
Brooke. Okay, Brooke. This is a big challenge. Going to get you on the show.
And she's watching right now, so she's
okay.
listening to you.
All right, get ready. Blah, la, la, la. Warm them up. Hey, let's check and see some things that happened in country music history. Who's somebody that you grew up listening to, that you really love listening to, and maybe somebody today that you listen to?
So growing up, I grew up in the 90s, so pretty much all of those artists, but I would have to say Vince Gill was probably the most influential for me because just the raw talent that he had and the things he's able to do, like he's able to play so many instruments.
Oh, yeah.
His range is ridiculous, and he has that higher pitched voice that most people will tell you doesn't sell well for men, but I mean, that's the most beautiful thing I've heard in a long time. So.
Oh yeah, incredible, and a hell of a golfer too.
Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've never had the privilege to play with him, but.
Yeah.
But I guess today, I don't know. It's all over the place now. It goes anywhere from Pegasus and the Rooftops to Treaty Oak Revival to Casey Donahue and then I still listen to all my 90s stuff too.
Right.
So.
I know a group that has seemed like they exploded. I was talking to Chris over at the backyard, and I said, hey, you ought to get these guys. And he goes, oh, they're way too expensive already. It's amazing how they just go, pow. But what are they called? The Red Stray? Red Clay Strays.
Yeah, those dudes are awesome.
Man, they've exploded on top of the scene and playing all over. And
it's
amazing.
Crazy how that can happen so fast sometimes.
Yeah. Some country music history. Way before you were born, 1953, Hank Williams, of course the daddy, was at the top of the country charts. I'll Never Get Out of This World Alive. I do not remember that one, but that was the #1 song. 1968, one of my favorites, Merle Haggard, was #1 on the country charts with Sing Me Back Home, one of his mainstay songs. That was a great song. 1972, Charlie Pride, another one of my favorites, Kiss an Angel Goodmorning. I love that song, Charlie Pride. 1977, United Artists released Kenny Rogers' Lucille. It picked a fine time to leave. 1981, The Muppet Show, starring Johnny Cash was on there. Let's see, what else? 2008, the great late Charlie Daniels was inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. 2017, Chris Stapleton was back at #1 on the U.S. country charts. Debut studio album called Traveler. What's his album right there? That's a guy that, Chris Stapleton, it's one of those guys that you just kind of, it's weird. You don't hear a lot about him, and you don't hear people say, oh, man, I got a guy. But then he wins these awards for what he does.
Yeah, I don't know. Most people I hang around keep up with him pretty well, regularly. The guy's he's amazing. And It's crazy which I've never met him and I've never been around him, but how true he seems to himself, down to earth, the feeling that he has to him, which like I said, I don't know if that's really him or not. I mean, most of us don't, but I get that feeling from him.
Yeah.
Watch him play and interact with people. So
Absolutely. I tell you what, we're going to take a little short break, and we're going to come back. We're getting another big song from Soul Ross. So impressed this morning by his music. We'll have him sing one more, and we'll talk a little bit more right here on the Zack Owen Show, live from the Texas Music Cafe.
Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
I need to get real excited.
Sure.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Sheridan Vasquez, and this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. And I will be interviewing some of your favorite musicians and maybe some you've never heard before. Join me on Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions for something new every time. You can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemediamusic.com. Yeehaw. And keep the music playing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. Want to turn your passion into profit? With Blogify, creating a blog has never been easier. Build, customize, and grow your site with powerful tools designed for beginners and pros alike. Start sharing your story today and watch your audience grow with Blogify. Visit blogify.ai today for a free 3-day trial. That's Blogify, Blogify.ai today. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Stay connected no matter where you are with eSIM-X. Say goodbye to expensive roaming charges and physical SIM cards. With access to over 200 global carriers, we make mobile connectivity seamless and affordable for travelers worldwide. Join the future of communication today at eSIMX.com. That's ESIMX.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Easy Sun has been living fearlessly under the sun since 2016. Born from sailors' need for convenient sun protection, our mineral sunscreen is crafted with natural ingredients offering broad spectrum protection against UVA and UVB rays. Safe for your skin and the environment, stay protected on the go with Easy Sun, your ultimate sun care solution. Visit EasySun.com today. That's EEZYSUN.com.
Visit TexasMusicCafe.com for more music, to learn more about this show, and to view the calendar of upcoming live shows online and at Texas Music Cafe.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Back live, Texas Music Cafe, Zack Owen Show. Big thanks to The Brew providing our coffee this morning. The Brew located on 6th, just right there on the corner of Franklin and 6th. I want to say a big thanks to all of our guests that were on this past week, our third week of doing the show. Thanks to Kenny Duron from Cottonwood Creek for coming in. Jim Alvarado, who has a new podcast starting up real soon, kind of a Tales from the Road as a bus guy. Kyle Sincule from West, super talented guy, performed. My buddy David Willey was here. Holly Tucker, another great musician. Andrew Gomez, the podcast guy. Michael Saldana, Tyler Lane was here. And this morning, Mayor Jim Holmes stopped by, and Melanie. And we got Sol Ross with us performing. He's going to do another song. But are you a eater? Do you like to go out and eat?
I do.
What would you say is your go-to restaurant?
Here in Waco or just
or
in
around,
general?
anywhere?
So, like, anywhere, I guess it'd be like Landry's, the seafood.
Oh, yeah.
And then here in Waco, I don't know what they put in their food, but Lee's Kitchen.
Yeah.
They just opened up a storefront, too. I need to go check it out, but it's addicting.
They put something in their food. It's addictive. Yes. Well, next week, Sol, we're going to have what we call Restaurant Week. Each day, a different restaurant owner or manager will be in here. On Monday, Kyle Citrano from George's and Jorge's is going to be in. And also music-wise, Jessica Lewis is going to be here on Monday. On Tuesday, Massimo from DeCampli's will be in. And I'm interested to see if I can speak my Italian with him. Aaron Watson will not be in here performing, but we'll have him via a video on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Megan Taylor, new owners of Diamondback Restaurant downtown Waco, will be in to talk about changes coming to Diamondbacks. Trey Lindsley will be here to do music for us on Wednesday. On Thursday, my buddy Randy Crook from the Salty Dog will be here. And Jack and Jay Jeffrey will talk podcast and music with them. And then on Friday, Matt Douglas, owner of Butcher Cellar, the new steakhouse out on Highway 84 in Woodway, will be here. And Brian Brown from Sloppy Joe and Sammy Kalunga will be here to perform music. That's the lineup for next week. So if you could go out on the road with anybody that you could imagine, whether they're alive and still performing, or maybe they've retired, or maybe they're passed on, who would that tour be with?
Oh, man. That's a tough one. But I think I would pick Garth Brooks. And I'll tell you why. I went to one of his concerts at the Houston Rodeo, and he puts on a heck of a show.
Oh, the best.
It was amazing. You know, and it doesn't matter if you're sitting, down there close or up in the nosebleeds. It's good. So I think I could learn a lot from him in that aspect, and so that would probably be why. Other than I like most of his songs too. So
yeah. Well, I've told this story. I'll tell it again because it was funny this morning on our and we did this on Friday because we forgot to do it yesterday. We're supposed to do it every Thursday, and I forgot the Throwback Thursday clip. But we were in this segment. Christine was promoting Garth at Texas Stadium back in 93, 94, and Jim and I were there, and I remember he ziplined from one end of Texas Stadium to the other. On the stage when he sang the song Standing Outside the Fire, the stage caught on fire. And then the one song that kind of has the choir sound to it, at one point he would stop singing, and in all of the openings of Texas Stadium, these church choir members in robes would come out and start singing, and it would rain on, a showman.
That's wild. Yeah,
a showman.
He definitely is a showman.
Super nice guy, and always treated Jim and I graciously, always wanted to talk. And I know I might have told this story, but we have been backstage with him several times, and it was almost like he didn't want to talk about him. He wanted to know about us and the kids. Hey, how your kids doing? And that's a sign of a marketing person that knows what to do. But
yeah, and shows how just genuine he can be.
Exactly. Do you have a favorite Garth Brooks song? Do you have one that you perform?
I've performed some of them. If I had to pick one, I guess I'd have to say, well, it's hard to pick just one, I guess.
Mine is, and I know it's kind of goofy and kind of gimmicky in a way, but I've always loved Friends in Low Places. I don't know why, but Friends in Low Places is a classic.
It's hard not to like that one. I mean,
Yeah. Blame it all on my roots.
And anywhere that you play that or hear somebody else play it, everybody knows the words. It doesn't matter if you're a country fan or not. They know the words.
Yeah. It's kind of like singing David Allan Coe, you know, I went to pick her up in the rain.
Yeah. Everybody's going to know all the words.
Everybody knows those words right there. Hey, why don't you do another song for us?
All righty. I can do that. So I'm going to play one from my old stuff when I was younger. This one's called Going Nowhere. She stumbles through this life just like a tumbleweed, not knowing where she's going or who she wants to be. Running crazy for too long. She's never sure, she's always maybe. And she's just gone down since the day she left her baby. She's going nowhere fast, and she hopes that things don't change. Never knows where she's gonna be. She just goes from day to day. She can only smile when it rains. She don't care. She's going nowhere. She's been to jail half a dozen times, and I'm the one who pays. Taking her to rehab, but that girl, she just won't stay. And now the person she calls when she wants to be safe. And every time I run to the rescue, even though I know I'm getting played, she's going nowhere fast, and she hopes that things don't change. Never knows where she's gonna be. She just goes from day to day. She can only smile when it rains. She don't care. She's going nowhere. I'm in love and I wonder if she knows. It breaks my heart watching her let herself go. She's going nowhere fast. She hopes that things don't change. Never knows where she's gonna be. She just goes from day to day. She can only smile when it rains. She don't care. She's going nowhere. She's going nowhere.
Going nowhere.
Going nowhere.
I like that. I like that. Sol Ross is with me, and before we let him go, stick around just a second, Sol. But we got to check in. Before I check in with Pete, are you a sports guy? Do you like sports?
Oh, yeah, I love sports.
What's your favorite college team and your favorite NFL team?
Ooh. College team, I've always been an Aggie. So the guys at work give me a hard time about that, but I'm gonna stay a true fan there. NFL, it was crazy. I always followed Peyton Manning around, so when he was at the Colts, when he was at the Broncos, because that was, and then when he retired, I wasn't really sure what to do, so I kind of ventured over to the 49ers because I like Christian McCaffrey. So
Right. I'm going to tell you what, Peyton Manning, and I think I got Pete Sousa standing by here, and I'll see if he agrees. Is Peyton Manning one of the most all-around, incredible, do-everything kind of guy? We don't have Pete's audio. No, still don't have Pete's audio. Still don't have it. You know, that's the thing about a live TV show. Well, we'll just, Pete, do you know sign language? Yeah. I don't know what's happening. All right. Well, we'll try to get Pete. We'll try to get it fixed upstairs. But Peyton Manning, Saul, he's hilarious.
He is.
He's got good timing, hosting shows, telling jokes. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I love him.
He's got many talents, obviously, but I've always rated him above Tom Brady, which I'm sure that's going to stir some pots right there.
Yeah.
But just how smart he was on the football field. And even off the field, too. I mean, the guy's just a brainiac.
And you know something I've noticed? At first, when Eli retired and started doing some commercials and things, Eli was nowhere close to Peyton as far as being comfortable on camera, but I find him getting better. I don't know if he's taking lessons or what, but he's loosening up. Always thought he was kind of stiff.
Yeah, I agree with that. And they kind of do. They got a little show they do together now, and I think Bill Belichick kind of hops on there with them sometimes. But he definitely has gotten better about just letting go and being himself a little more and letting people see it.
Any predictions, the Cowboy coach?
I don't know. I was watching Sports Center this morning before I made my way up here. And, I don't know. I think it's still up in the air. Sports Center had a couple of people pinned down, one person in particular, but I don't know. I think you never know what Jerry's going to do.
Well, here's kind of the way I look at it. I think anybody that's in the Belichick older guy that likes control isn't gonna take the job because they're gonna beat heads with Jerry. That's what happened to Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna have to be somebody that's new and young, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're kind of up and coming, maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put up with Jerry, and there's a lot of coaches that won't do that.
No, and like you said, the older experienced ones won't.
All right, I think we got Pete hooked up. Hey, Pete, what's up?
Hey, you got me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, my man. First of all,
it's in Spanish, but I got you.
You don't need me to talk sports because you guys are nailing it.
But do you agree with that statement?
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I think that's why they're leaning towards this Brian Schottenheimer, a guy who's been an assistant for Mike McCarthy. Yesterday, late last night, it's interesting. There's a story developing now out of Las Vegas. The Raiders have just hired Pete Carroll. So that's ESPN just reported it like moments ago.
Wow.
And that was a name that was mentioned in the Cowboys coaching search. And it was mentioned late last night that the Cowboys were maybe interested in Pete Carroll, that maybe the search wasn't over yet. But now with this decision and Pete Carroll going to the Raiders, that could maybe solidify Brian Schottenheimer being the Cowboys' next coach. So as the coaching carousel continues to spin, we're starting to get some answers here.
I'm a big Pete Carroll fan. It kind of lets everybody know that us old people can still do our job.
Yes. There's an adult in the room in Las Vegas. That's cool. Yeah.
That's right. What are you going to talk about today on the show?
Well, we're going to go over our picks for this weekend's games. We only have 2, but they're very big. Also going to talk a little bit about, we're going to talk about news anchors. CBS Evening News, they have a brand new news. They have 2 new dudes coming on now because Nora O'Donnell's leaving. And I just want to check in on the history of news anchors and networks. And kind of, you look at some of these networks, they're like some of these bad football organizations where they have coach after coach after coach. And that's happening over at CBS. So I'm looking to break some of that down, have some fun with that.
That'll be a lot of fun right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Pete, thanks a lot. Glad we got it hooked up. I always enjoy our talks here. And we'll talk again. Oh, any big plans besides football this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to Arizona for a basketball game. Colorado, Arizona tomorrow night for ESPN. That's why I'm in North Texas today. And I will be back in Waco Monday for the show. Looking forward to seeing you.
Sounds great. Have a safe trip. We'll see you Monday.
All right, Zach. See you, bud.
Pete Sousa, I don't know if you heard that from over there, but Pete Carroll has been hired as the Las Vegas Raiders head coach.
Really?
Which is kind of a shocker.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because Pete was saying that he was kind of possibly a front runner for the Cowboys, which is hard for me to believe because Pete Carroll, you know what I mean?
He's got a personality to him.
Yes. But anyway, congratulations over there. All right, Saul, thank you. Before I let you get off the stage, I got to tell you, when I first saw your name, of course, the college came to mind, the Sul Ross College, and I had to ask, is there a story behind your name?
There is. It's actually a family name. So we are actually related to Lawrence Sullivan Ross.
Wow.
So every time most people around here hear my name, they go, "Oh, yeah, the dance hall, you own that." And no, I don't. But yeah, we have the same name. So
yeah.
But it's just been passed down to me.
Yeah.
So.
And we were talking off air, and I'm sure it's okay to mention it on air, but you do teach and do a little coaching. Tell us about that. Where at?
I'm at Rosebud Lot High School and middle school there. I coach football. I'm the slot receiver coach, and then I'm the girls' head track coach there. And it's a great place to be. They're
What's their
wonderful
mascot?
people. They're the Cougars.
Cougars. All right.
So it's a great school, great place to be. They welcome me with open arms. So
Yeah, you were telling me it's really good school district.
it is. I mean, the kids are great too. The thing I like the most about it when I first got there is because I've worked at another school before, and how well the administrators all work together. They might not always agree, but they're always going to get it figured out and work together and make sure we're all taken care of.
Right.
So I really appreciate that about them.
That's great. That's great. And I can't let you go without asking this. So how do you feel about the new election, the new president coming in this past Monday?
I'm excited to see what happens. I didn't hate it the first time around, so we'll see how this round goes. I feel like he's going to stir the pot a little more this time.
Right.
And maybe it needs to be. I don't know. I'm not a politician. I don't
Right.
know. I would just like to be able to afford things again.
Yeah.
At some point, and hopefully he can maneuver that a little bit.
I did see yesterday, it was announced yesterday afternoon. You know, I do real estate. I'm with Weichert Realtors. I sell real estate, represent buyers and sellers. But yesterday afternoon was the first rate going down in 6 weeks, I believe. It had steadily gone up for 6 weeks, and it declined yesterday, which is good news. It dropped down below 7, I think 6.6 something. So that's positive.
That's in the right direction there.
Very good, yeah. Well, Saul, thank you so much, buddy. You have any gigs coming up maybe over the next couple of weeks you want to mention?
Yeah, actually, next week on Friday, I'm going to be in Bryan at the Boiler Room. So I'll be out there, and you can follow all my other shows. I have some in Fort Worth and Shreveport, Louisiana, and Kansas this year. So all my social media handles are Sul Ross TX. So
Okay.
Sul Ross, Texas.
All right, great. Sul Ross, everybody, thank you so much for the music this morning. You're always welcome to come back, and good luck with your career and good luck with your school teaching and coaching.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Sul Ross, hey, we're going to play a classic music video right now, and then I'll be right back to wrap it up on a Friday morning.
I got a thing for a sinking ship.
Squeezing two cliches into one sentence. I don't need to say things for us are not good. I watched your dreams all die away. You sit there drinking in the dark. You say I'm to blame. My friends wonder why I don't leave you. There's a part of you that always tells the truth. I knew there would be rough times when we started. I always loved it when we would try and touch the sky. I always knew we wouldn't make it. Like a last leaf on a dying tree, all shriveled up and hanging by a string. Sometimes I think I don't deserve anymore. All the times when I look in your eyes, think of all we've been through. I feel deep inside I'm the only one left on this earth. Knows what love is. There's a part of you that always tells the truth. I knew there would be rough times when we started. I always loved it when we would try to touch the sky. I always knew we wouldn't make it. Like a last leaf on a dying tree, all shriveled up and hanging by a string. Sometimes I think I don't deserve anymore. All the times when I look in your eyes, think of all we've been through. I feel deep inside I'm the only one left on this earth.
Back live, Texas Music Cafe, Zack Owen Show. I want to say a big thanks this morning to Mike upstairs, Terry downstairs, taking care of the show, and Gene is in today, and today is Gene's birthday. How old are you, Gene? 51 years old. Crazy Gene is in. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating today and over the weekend. Miss you, Jim. Coming up next week, we got Restaurant Week, so tune in Monday morning, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening.
Keep the music playing.
Visit TexasMusicCafe.com for more music, to learn more about this show, and to view the calendar of upcoming live shows online and at Texas Music Cafe.
Visit RogueMediaMusic.com for more music.
Come on down to the Texas Music Cafe.
Texas Music Cafe.